Hello, my name is Danae, and I am about 5 days shy of 1 month of being off steroids. What kind of steroids, you ask? Not the kind that make your muscles all super big and creepy, but the kind that you put on your skin, which, crazily enough, has caused me to have this disease called red skin syndrome. Curable, however, crazy and painful. So, to give a little background story of what caused this, what happened, why, what is it, what does it do? So many questions. Red skin syndrome is caused by rebound effect of stopping topical steroids, or at some point topical steroids just don't work anymore to decrease your symptoms of eczema, various skin issues. For some people it stops working, and then red skin syndrome happens, or it's because you stopped using the topical steroids and surprise, your skin's red and it sucks and it hurts. So for me, I had eczema from as early as I can remember. Typical places inside of the elbows and backs of the knees, which is pretty standard. Most kids that have this kind of eczema, they, run around the sun and, play outside. Fresh air, sunshine, eat your vegetables. You grow out of it, essentially. For me, for whatever reason, the doctor that I saw when I was a child, he told me that my eczema was horrible. My skin was going to be a battle for the rest of my life. He handed me a box of tissues and said, sorry kid, there's no cure for eczema, put these steroids on for the rest of your life, essentially, which is pretty terrible to do to a child, I think. I don't know. It is what it is. So this doc told me to use hydrocortisone, which is like the lowest potency steroid on the market, essentially. It's available over the counter. You can get it at Safeway, Target, CVS, standard drug pharmacy, superstores, everywhere. It's not terribly expensive. You can get it in cream or ointment form. It's available for, like I said, eczema, bug bites, various rashes due to allergies, contact allergens, whatever. So instead of, prescribing me a super potent steroid to put on my skin, we just used hydrocortisone in my household. I was the only one in my family who had eczema, which is sucky. I got the short end of the straw, stick, tree, I don't know, just fill in the blank. So like any good parent would, my parents, listened to the doctor, and we would go to the store and pretty much clear the shelf of hydrocortisone and stock up the bathroom. And every time I got out of the shower, I would put it on because that's what I was told to do by the doctor. He said anytime my skin got itchy, if I had a rashy patch of skin that popped up, put it on. So I did. Trouble is with that is with your skin becoming dependent on steroids, the rash that you have, it goes away and then it comes back because hydrocortisone and topical steroids don't cure eczema, it just suppresses the symptoms. So it would come back. Looking back now, I think I probably gained a topical steroid dependency pretty early on, because from what I remember, the rash that I had went from inner elbows and inner knees to my entire arm, to my chest and neck and face and torso and all of my legs. So my whole body was affected, therefore put it on the affected areas. I was putting it on the affected area, which happened to be all of me. And I did that for a little over a decade. I kind of knew all along that this was weird and not normal. And what's interesting is what terrified me beyond all belief is the idea of zombie apocalypse, for instance. And I have to seek shelter, and I have to survive, and what am I gonna do? Like, just loot every single store and steal all of the steroids, all of them in the world, and, you know, try to find more for every single day or whatever? Like, no, that's ridiculous, and that was terrifying to me. Had many a zombie dream where I was a crippled mess because of my skin, because not putting the steroids on meant burning, itchy, owl city, which now I know is the withdrawal symptoms of not using the steroids, and it's my skin screaming for more, essentially. So me finding out about topical steroid withdrawal was from itsan.org, which is International Topical Steroid Awareness Network. Wonderful website, filled with testimonials and people's stories, people who are going through the withdrawal process, people who have healed, because essentially everybody heals. Like, once you get rid of the culprit, everyone has pretty much perfect, healthy, normal skin. Easier said than done. The withdrawal symptoms are pretty intense and pretty crazy, and I didn't really know how bad it was, I guess. Like, I tried to mentally prepare myself by reading all of the, forum stories and looking at photos after photo gallery after photo gallery. There's so much that you can see and research and look at and talk to people until you experience it yourself. It's crazy. It's outrageous. It's terrible, to be quite honest. So, trying to mentally prepare myself, I decided to run an experiment on myself, and I kind of wanted to taper my usage too, to kind of see if it would work, but also as security blanket. I've been using these steroids for over a decade, and, it was horrifying to me and to not use them because of the pain that comes with not using them. So I tapered my usage by stopping putting the steroids on halfway on my body. So from the hips down, I stopped putting the steroids on. Continued to use them from, obviously, the hips up. And within a matter of days, my legs were bright red and angry and swollen and swearing at me, and no, my legs don't talk like that, but it told me another means of pain in what I just explained with the red, and it was crazy painful. Like, more than I could have imagined. Like, worst sunburn you could imagine. Like, terrible, horrible, awful sunburn. The skin radiates heat like you would not believe. That, and then, like, road rash, like, abrasive, like, scratching, you know, and then put some, like, lemon juice on it, and then, like, fire ants, just, like, set them off, you know, let them go, roam all over your body, and bite you. Seems a little outrageous, but that's the best way I could describe the symptoms, and it doesn't really stop, like, doesn't stop, really. So, stopping the usage of steroids on my legs, I did that for about 3 months, and then, after that, decided to go full body. Stop completely. So here I am, day 25, almost a month of no steroids whatsoever. Did tapering help? I think so. I believe so. For me, it did. Everyone says the first 3 months of topical steroid withdrawal are the worst or the hardest, like, generally. That's not the same for everybody. There's people who've had a terrible time for 6 months straight or more, which is, I'm so sorry, you guys. It's really sucky. I couldn't imagine. But judging by my usage history and using such low potency steroids for so long, I never really graduated to the more hardcore stuff. I think the first 3 month kind of thing is accurate, especially with, like, my legs. I found in the 3 months that I tapered, I went through, like, 3 to 4 different flares. They all sucked. All the flares sucked. It did get better, though. Like, looking back, like, I've been taking pictures and documenting this whole thing, and it's hard to just try to remember. But the photos definitely helped, because I can see now when I look back that in the beginning my legs were red, top to bottom. They have this thing that's called the red sleeve, which is classic red skin syndrome. Like, on my hand, you can see where the redness stops, and then I have, like, this white palm. Yay! And then it's just red. I don't know if you can really see it that well. It was like that on my legs. The palm of my foot was white. The rest of my legs were just beet red. It was bad. It flared from top to bottom. It itched from top to bottom. It oozed from top to bottom, pretty much. And now, pretty much the worst affected areas on my legs are, like, the tops of my feet. They get itchy, and then they look fine. They get itchy, and then they look fine. The backs of my knees are pretty bad. I've been having to keep them from splitting open, like, constantly. It's tough. So yeah, my feet, the backs of my knees, inner thigh are the worst parts. Whereas in the beginning, it was literally all over it. It, like, completely encompassed everything. I'm rambling. So it does get better. I've seen healing, which I was not expecting so soon, but my skin cycles really fast, which I think is a good thing. Like, I can only hope it's a good thing. But it would flare, be really, really red and dry and itchy and oozy all at the same time, and then that would subside, and then my skin would calm down quite a bit. It would go through the shedding phase, and they would go, like, crazy, weird, lumpy, like, look at that. Like, what, my wrist, do you see, what is that? It's called elephant skin. Like, crazy wrinkly. It feels so weird. But, like, all over. And then after that, like, I had these random patches of skin that were, like, strong and normal and soft. Like, it was, like, totally weird. Like, healthy, normal skin. And it lasted for, like, a day. But even still, like, any healing is giving me hope. Lots of hope. It's awesome to see. My skin has been so awful for so long, and then, bam. Healed spot. Like, little patches, like, tiny. But I know it'll get better. This past month of not being on steroids at all has been absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Like, I've had really bad days and I've had really good days. I just came out of kind of a flare that I thought was going to be really bad, but it pretty much just affected, like, my neck and my chest and my arms. And it lasted about 5 days, and then it got better. So, that's good. It's probably going to get worse, you know, in a week or two or something. That's just the nature of the beast. But, yeah. First upper body flare, which was weird and different and difficult. Totally different story than my legs, because then it was, like, all over. It wasn't all over. I mean, I have patches, but it's just different when you've been dealing with it on one location, and then it's, you know, moved up and it's new. New sensations, like crazy dry skin, so dry that my skin would crack open. And then going from there, it being like so hot and red and stinging and burning. I can't say it enough. Like, it's so hard to just, like, put it into words when, like, the pain is, like, beyond I could imagine. Like, I'm a pretty tough cookie. I think so. I've dealt with a lot. Gave myself, like, a 3rd-degree burn on my hand at work, and I, like, wrapped it up and just kept going. But this is an entirely new experience for me. But yeah. First month, steroid withdrawal. It's been intense. It's been crazy. I've had really bad days, but I've also had really, really good days. Like today, I randomly woke up at 10 o'clock in the morning and made myself breakfast, which I haven't done in, like, well, over a month. Regardless, good days and bad days, I have family that supports me here at home, my boyfriend who supports me and helps me every single day, from walking from one end of the house to the other to helping me food, back rubs, keeping me company, generally being amazing. The man I fell in love with, he's just, you know, doing that every day because he's awesome. I am very grateful for my support of friends and family. I've had family out of town send me packages of gauze and tea, awesome stuff, supplements and vitamins and stuff like that. Overwhelming support of friends on Facebook and people in the area, people that I really didn't think would give a crap at all. Overwhelming support, which is an epic silver lining. Like, really, I didn't realize, like, how many people cared, and that's amazing. Like, really, truly amazing. This past month hasn't been all bad. Every day, typically, I try to remind myself of the awesome things from day to day. Like, small victories really definitely help you get through this. The support groups on Facebook, amazing. I don't know what I would do without you guys. You're all guys, and mostly ladies. There's a page with all the ladies, and we're just like one big family, and it's awesome. We can like complain to each other or just laugh about, you know, the weird symptoms that we have. It's really good being able to talk to like hundreds of people who are going through this. Like, this is crazy common, but like being able to talk to somebody else who knows exactly what you're going through or has, you know, been through worse. You know, I was having like a really, really bad day, and this chick is super rad, Melissa. She sent me like a photo of like the same day. I mean, she's like 8 months into withdrawal right now, which is like crazy, and she's doing so awesome. But she sent me a photo of like her, like on, I can't remember what it was like day 19 or 20 or something like that. And she was just like, check it out. This was me, same day that you're at. You're doing awesome. And although it sucked, like her photo, her poor face and everything, but like, you know, being able to talk to other people who are going through this and, you know, documenting as well, it's really great to be able to see, even if, you know, the pictures are horrifying and graphic and scary. But there's like some comfort, you know, seeing somebody else that have gone through it, are doing it, have gotten better, are healed. You know, there's still people who are healed that come back and report like, hey, I'm awesome, my skin's still doing awesome, just went and swam in the ocean and it was marvelous and phenomenal. That's gonna be me someday. I'm going to swim in the ocean and then just lay in the beach in the sun and enjoy life. I'm still enjoying life, but I'm going to be enjoying it so much more when I'm going to be healthy again. That keeps me going. That and the amazing support that I have. So thank you so very much, all of you guys. I can't say it enough. So before I go too much longer in this video, I will probably leave it here at that. My crazy antics and rambling is probably enough. I'm going to try to make videos for each month that I go through this. I think it'd be really great for documentation. It'll help other people and myself, and also family members that I don't get to see because they live like across the country and stuff. Hello. So yeah, if you have questions, ask. I'm a pretty open book. I have lots of photos. If you want to see more photos, I will probably send them to you. If you're creepy, probably not, but you know, just try it. We'll see. Alright, so thank you for watching. As always, have a wonderful day, because I am having a wonderful day, and so should you.